This terrifying story is based on the real experience of Mr. Nguyen, a man who learned that sometimes the dead don't come back to haunt us. They come back to help. It happened a little over 10 years ago during the New Year holiday. While most people were preparing to celebrate, Mr. Nguyen and two close friends had planned a camping trip in Kanchanaburi. They were supposed to leave together, set up their tent, and welcome the new year surrounded by nature. But on the day of the trip, everything changed. Mr. Nguyen was suddenly called in for urgent work. There was no way out of it, so they adjusted the plan. One friend would go ahead first, book the campsite, and wait. Mr. Nguyen and the second friend promised they'd follow as soon as the job was done. By the time Mr. Nguyen finished work and picked up his friend, the sky was already dim. They left the city around 6 in the evening, heading deeper and deeper into the countryside. The road grew darker with every mile. No streetlights, no houses, just open fields, thick trees, and the steady beam of the headlights cutting through the night. Around 9 o'clock, it happened. Without warning, a loud impact came from beneath the car. The steering wheel jerked violently. The car swayed from side to side. Mr. Nguyen fought to keep control and pulled over. When they stepped out to check, their hearts sank. One of the tires had blown completely. There was no way to drive any further. The area was silent, too silent. Houses were scattered far apart, hidden in the darkness. There were no shops, no repair places, no signs of life. Then, Mr. Nguyen remembered something. A few hundred meters back, they had passed a small roadside pavilion in front of a temple. There had been a single light still on. So they left the car and walked back. With weak phone signal, Mr. Nguyen managed to send their location to the third friend, who promised to drive back immediately and help change the tire. Exhausted from work and the long drive, Mr. Nguyen and his friend lay down on opposite wooden benches inside the pavilion. They told themselves they'd rest just for a moment. Their friend would wake them when he arrived. At some point, Mr. Nguyen drifted off. He woke up to the sound of footsteps, slow, soft, coming from behind the pavilion. He opened his eyes and saw an elderly woman walking toward him. She was thin, wearing an old-fashioned sarong, the kind villagers used to wear years ago. Her voice was calm, almost too calm. She asked why two young men were sleeping there so late at night. Mr. Nguyen explained about the blown tire. The woman nodded slowly, then warned him to be careful. She said thieves were common in that area. Before leaving, she pointed behind the pavilion and said her home was just back there. Then she disappeared into the darkness. Not long after that, Mr. Nguyen was startled awake again, this time by the sound of metal clanking near the road. He rushed out with his friend, and there it was. Their third friend was crouched by the car, already changing the tire. Relief washed over him. Mr. Nguyen called out happily, but the friend didn't respond. He just kept working in silence until the tire was done. While packing up, Mr. Nguyen casually mentioned the old woman from the pavilion. That's when the friend finally looked up and said something that made Mr. Nguyen's stomach drop. He said he hadn't seen anyone at the pavilion. He said when he arrived, Mr. Nguyen was sleeping there alone. Confused, the three of them walked back to the pavilion together. Mr. Nguyen led them behind it to where the woman said her house was. But there was no house. There was only a large ash-urn shrine hidden among overgrown grass. On the front of it was a faded photograph. An elderly woman, the same face. Before anyone could speak, a dry, hollow laugh echoed from across the road. They turned. The old woman was sitting on a pile of trash, grabbing leftover offerings with her hands and eating them greedily. Her eyes locked onto theirs. They ran. They jumped into the car and sped off without looking back. But as the car raced forward, the friend in the back seat screamed. In the rearview mirror, he saw the old woman chasing them. Her body twisted unnaturally. Her face was facing the car, but her body was running backward. They didn't stop until they reached the next village. Shaking, Mr. Nguyen told the villagers everything. One man sighed and explained. The old woman had been robbed and murdered at that pavilion years ago. Since then, she often appeared to warn travelers about thieves. But then the villager asked a question that made Mr. Nguyen's legs give out. And that young man who helped you change the tire, how did he survive? Mr. Nguyen turned around. The back seat was empty. Only faint bloodstains remained, and a lingering metallic smell. The villagers told him that earlier that night, there had been a fatal car accident just a few kilometers away. The driver died instantly. Still gripping his car keys, it was the third friend. The truth settled in slowly, painfully. His friend had already died, but still came to keep his promise. And the old woman chasing the car wasn't trying to hurt them. The one riding with you is no longer alive. That roadside pavilion still stands today, and Mr. Nguyen has never forgotten the lesson it taught him. Sometimes, even death cannot stop someone from being a true friend. If you enjoy real Thai horror stories like this one, told quietly, the way they're meant to be heard late at night, subscribe to Tale After Dark and continue listening through the playlist. The night is far from over.